As the classic Masters of the Universe line drew to a close in the late 1980s, there were certain figures who only saw release outside of the United States, and have become rarities today. Two of these figures were the last variations of the hero He-Man and his arch-villain Skeletor. These two figures were the first in the line to feature light-up parts as their action features. Today, we're going to take a look at one of these hard-to-find figures, Laser Light Skeletor. Released in 1988 as one of the last two figures in the line, Laser Light Skeletor only saw release in Italy, Spain, and some areas of France and Portugal, leaving the rest of the world practically unaware that this figure even existed at the time. The figure was packaged in the standard-looking European double-logo deluxe Masters of the Universe blister card. Instead of being packed with a standard mini-comic, Skeletor came with a mini product catalog, except in Italy, where he didn't come with a book at all. The catalog cover features some awesome artwork straight out of the Masters of the Universe motion picture. The inner pages include a combination of photos and artwork of many other classic action figures. The gimmick of the figure, of course, was that the figure featured small lights inside. But more on that in just a bit. First, let's focus on the actual design of this particular figure. Laser Light Skeletor was the first to break the mode of all the previous Skeletors released by including a brand new head sculpt, and was based on a design by Dave Wolfram. Unlike all previous releases, this new head sculpt featured a cloth hood and cape combination. This marks the first time that we could pull back Skeletor's hood to get a peek at the rest of his head. On this figure, the yellow of his skull fades into the same blue skin tone of his body. Looking at the sculpting, you can see small wires stretched across the top of his head. These cybernetic parts are actually a running theme throughout the entire figure. Take a closer look at the sculpting featured around Skeletor's body. We can see many wires, cables, and other cybernetic-looking parts wrapping and poking around in and out of his skin. The bronze armor and boots even look as though they are integrated into his body. It's an interesting design choice, but actually looks a bit familiar. Put Laser Light Skeletor in between Classic Skeletor and the New Adventure Skeletor, and you almost get a pretty solid progression. Some have speculated that perhaps Skeletor deteriorated over time, possibly due to his dark magics, and needed more and more cybernetic parts in order to keep alive. It's almost as if the New Adventures version of Skeletor is the ending result of this transformation, with Laser Light Skeletor being the piece that seems to bring these two styles together. It's obvious that Mattel was already moving in a new direction with the property when they released this figure. So let's get back to that action feature. Skeletor features a translucent red right hand that holds a Havoc staff cast in the same translucent plastic. By popping a AA battery into Skeletor's back, then raising his right arm, Skeletor's right hand glows red, illuminating the Havoc staff. The hand light is quite bright, but unfortunately, it does not fill into the Havoc staff quite as well as one would hope it would. Along with his hand, Skeletor's eyes also light up a vicious red. This is my favorite feature on this figure. The unforgiving stare of those glowing red eyes really brings out that menacing skull face. The articulation is the standard 6-point seen on all classic Masters of the Universe figures. It's pretty great that even with the electronics inside, the head still turns left and right, and the arms still move up and down. Of course, the right arm articulation is what activates the action feature. Laser Light Skeletor remains to be one of the priciest classic figures in the line, and along with Laser Power He-Man is considered to be sort of like a holy grail for collectors. Match his rareness with his unique figure sculpt and even possible ties to the New Adventure Skeletor, and you have the recipe for one of the coolest Masters of the Universe collector's pieces out there. Until next time.